go through 55 HP Monk's build, because it's going to be made in meta against 55 HP. And you're still muted, Jebro.
I'm still muted. I said made in meta. I was trying to be cheeky and take the mickey out of the way you said made in meta, but it didn't work, so I didn't get to say it.
I pronounce it weirdly.
I
noticed myself. I pronounce the
made in
made
meta, mate. Yeah, made in meta. Get in there, son. That's what you needed to add in. You could have been all right. Oh dear. Love. You're right, love. As soon as you say love, that's it, London. So talking about loves. All right, love. Talk about Misha. If you want to go over the 55 HP Monks builds, why not?
Misha, the Mesmer for 55 HP Monks, is currently, and probably for the entire game, not as some other Mesmers like Azani, is going to be running the Greatsword and Staff together with the Rune of the Strength and Berserker Amulet with a trade spread of 44006. So standard Shadow Mesmer, not much has changed there. Going for the mower, so some probably nice mower plays in our future.
Yeah, I expect so as well, and I think maybe Azani will do a similar thing as well. So he's running mower as well, so it's quite good. Yeah. Sorry, continue. I will stop interrupting.
Yeah. No problem. You can take over if you want, but I'm gonna do Tompek. So Tompek is running. Oh, instantly Dagger is gonna switch to the Staff for buffing shortly before, but switching over to Dagger when he's actually in the match. Running with Rune of Strength and Celestial Amulet and the trade spread of 00266. Now, of course, nothing surprising in that build. The only real change we had on Ellie is that now you can control what your elite does. We have the Glyph of Elementals as an elite, and now we have the Shocking Bolt, Stomp, Flame Barrage, and Crashing Waves, depending on in which attunement he started using the elite.
Yes, it's actually really good change to make people use those elites more, and good luck on trying to get the tooltip into your overlay, by the way.
Yeah, the tooltip is not happening. So, yeah, a bit more of micromanaging happening there, not just straight AI. So,
yeah, it's
the
like a
Guardian, Lily Lollipop, we've seen her or him, I'm actually not too sure. The name would suggest him. Her, and him would be suggested by the internet in general. Running the standard Bunker 3 Shout build with Mace, Focus, Staff, Soldier's Rune, Cleric's Amulet, and a trade spread of 01661. Going over to Shut on the Thief. He is running Dagger Pistol with a short bow, of course, Scholar Runes, Berserker's Amulet, and other than... Yeah, Red Levin, I think, is going for the Executioner. Yes, Red Levin Executioner, and Shut is on the Immobilized Panic Strike build. Even after the nerf down from 5¼ to 3¼ seconds, with the bonus you obviously get from putting 6 points in Deadly Arts.
Still a long time though, isn't it? I mean, that fight, I do think that nerf, we can discuss it another time maybe, but maybe, I'm not sure it's going to affect Shed.
Oh, actually
100%.
Running double Elementalists at the moment. So we have, Issei on the Elementalist, running Dagger, Strength Rune, Celestial Amulet, and trade spread of 00266.
So this is truly going to be, what would you calling them? The pain train? Those Misha and Shed, they're going to have to be on point, because there's not going to be a lot more damage coming out from the Ellies and obviously the Guardian, but they're going to be responsible.
The might stacks, they can do a bit damage, and especially just AoE damage, chucking it in there.
Hopefully over time, and they do have those elite pets as well. They don't have the great sword, of course. So hopefully we'll see what happens, and we do have all members of the opposite team here.
The great sword with the damage nerf would be a bit wasted. The only one who could use some ability would be Lily Lollipop. The rest of them are fairly quick on their own accord.
Yeah, they should be. That should be good.
No, we're not going to go through the meta builds because we already had them. While we're waiting, I'm just going to show you a couple of them because we have the overlay, we have the technology, which I actually... Oh, well, we don't have the time.
That's my bad. We We're moving on.
No problem, no problem. So
Moving
we are going to go into the first game of this best of 3. It's the semi-finals of the ESL Weekly Cup number 46. And it's going to be Made Matter on the red side and 55 HP Monks on the blue side.
Red team all bunched up. No one going for a cross actually at the moment. Although legendary Sammy is going to wait for a possible cross to come over. We're going to see Azani and the Thief also just going to. I think they're just stealth as they're coming up to mid. No, we do see Red 11 is stealth, but he's going to be okay. They're just having a look at the top. Actually, Tommy is going to engage on his own.
We saw it quite a lot. Shut wanted to first go for the mine decap directly afterwards, but instantly got some damage and was almost taken down to downstate by the burst that came in. Now he's thinking about turning around and now using the time to actually get to the mid cap, because we have Shaku just defending the mine. So both points on both sides capped. We have a slight lead of 1 point for 55 at the moment because they were quicker.
I'm going to be interested. It's going to be interesting to see how this double Ellie and Guardian combination
before he can go through the portal he put down, and now the damage is just going to be too much to be rest. Yeah.
Blimey, so there really is. I mean, the All Might stacking that's coming out here. I mean, even with Lily Lollipop, just as an auto attack, should be getting a nice little tiny bit of damage. I mean, look at his stacks. He's got 17 at the moment. I mean, how many stacks have we got? Might stacks absolutely everywhere.
To do something against a decap from Shaku there, but the knockback from the Air 5, I can't remember the name at the moment. Shame on me.
Oh, good lord! I just forgot the updraft.
Updraft, yeah, thank you. I could have just looked, but I didn't want to. And now a 1v1 between Mesmer and Elementalist. That's not going to change anytime soon because 55 isn't going to pull back. Shaku actually trying to run away and getting there right. The lightning almost caught off guard, but now going back to his post on the mine to defend that. No aggression from the side of 55 at the moment.
Misha just had to recap the henge because Infamous Shaku actually went over there to get the decap, but that communication has come across, which means Shad's able to go over to the mine to potentially get a decap. Not sure he's going to 100% get it. Oh, he's got the decap. He's going to disengage from that fight, just quickly porting out there, just as Lazani comes in to actually try and take him out as he's leaving that node, but obviously not going to have much. Oh, he's going to chase, just dropping the SR just on the right side of the keep, just on the step, just below the steps. I'm not sure. Shad needs to be careful here not to get caught out, and the shatter comes down, I believe. Oh no, we had the combination of Red 11. I do believe Red 11 was quite actually very important to take.
Rezzing isn't really a thing anymore, is it? People just get damage down at the moment. I think the short time where we had the res bug kind of tickled their fancy, and well, we can just damage. We don't need to stomp.
It does feel like a lot of the time like it's less risky. I mean, like sometimes depending on how much burst you can put down onto a body, especially if it's a thief or like a light cloth, like a cloth wearing class.
Out on the lead lollipop can't support at the moment. The damage is actually tons of damage on him, trying to do some line of sight, then actually managing to stay alive through the duration of the mower. Next damage coming up. How much support does he still have? He still has renewed focus. Didn't pull it up until now. Now it's coming out. Still alive, really survived the mower well, and of course also with Red 11 there, just shooting in his arrows, brilliant line of sight work to stay alive. Tompact now immediately going for the stealth, no, not stealth, the vapor form res. No, mist form. Vapor form was in downstate. Mist form res there. Not quite enough. Red 11 going down next. Was caught in AoE. Tamir trying to rest. Stomp not coming through. Legendary Sammy on there. The damage is happening, but not really that much AoE if we look at the health bars. Rest coming through. Tamir almost down. Will go down. Has a bleeding on there, but Sammy is now to stop.
Oh, Misha's down as well, Nick. Not sure how this is going to go for the match. At the moment, Misha's getting really cleaved down. Tompact's too low to go for the res. Misha has been taken down out of the fight, and we do see Red 11 is down just off node, but Tompact going down onto the node as well. The res is coming out for Red 11 very close. Tompact's just going to go into mist form just on the node as well, and down state, but we do see Jin is down as well, and 55 gonna lose this mid cap until, although Lily Lollipop is in full health on that node, but they're just going to burst it down so fast. The heal comes out. He's not going to be able to stay on that node for too long. 55 HP monks might need to think about going over
best
for the
out of it by
node.
using an ability while light of sight, but too long, and also immobilized there. So now he's going to go down. Shut actually down completely off point and left there. Nobody wants to stomp. Just leave him there to die. Red Levin now instantly on the heels of Misha, but some other people might be coming through there as well. They're gathering. They're gathering up again, regrouping, and finding a new point to engage. We see Misha and Tompac on their way over to the mine, but Shaku's already at the beach to spot them.
Yes, indeed. They rotate. You know, it's kind of predictable to go over to mine at the moment. They can't really. I mean, Misha and Shad have gone over there to try and just put some pressure with Tomcat, so they can kind of just leave them free to just carry on the way they are over to that node. Maybe put pressure on mid from potentially Jin or someone else who can take down the Ranger. But over on this fight, it does. I don't know why it just feels. Oh, they're going for Azani. Azani did port back to mid. Nice job. Really low on HP as well. Might actually get killed.
Lollipop trying to get on point, but is not going to get anything close to a decap. And it's really playing with them, just on point, off point, on point, off point, a bit of line of sight playing around there as well, but it doesn't look like they'll be able to win the team fight. It was not really a sneaky engage, it was just the thing to do next. And MIM just was ready for that. Building up a lead at the moment as well, almost about 90 points between them.
Yeah, they just keep edging, and you know, there's not many other than that massive team fight, and like the game kind of settles down, and we're going to see more more active movement from. Oh, Red Lemon did go down there actually, just as they were disengaging.
Yeah, Shad's really aggressive in a bulk of 3 people, just picking one off with a nicely put backstep there, but pays for that with his own life.
Yeah, Jin got the res, so Shed can now push actually over towards the mine node. Did he stealth? He just got past Infamous Shaku. Shaku hasn't even noticed that he's got behind him, and he's going to get that decap. Yeah, big mistake from Shaku there. Not getting on the node in time. Oh, no,
Basilisk Venom out there, and also Misha now. Pain Train engaging on one Elementals. When are we going to see Red Levin immediately pulling back? We have the portal, so people can come through. But from where?
Yep, here we go. Lily's there as well. Are we going to see anyone else nipping through? Tom Pack as well. They're going to get... This is a classic, almost 55 HP portal play now. And Infamous Shaku has gone down. Support's coming into the point with Azani, also Legendary Sam, and also Red Leving. So we're going to have some little team fight happening, but it is a bit too late. And Infamous Shaku was in the downstate getting res there as well, with Shad currently in the downstate as well. Who's going to get res? So he's going to go down.
Stomp on shot and therefore rally on Red Levin. Famous Shark who's still in a lot of trouble. The damage is coming in. He manages to dodge a little bit of burst there. Zani on Misha, porting away, putting the last shot on Famous Shark who going down. The damage is happening. We had a Chieftain done by, who was it? It was Jin Varel. While we still have the team fight on mine going on. Misha trying to disengage, but that's not as easy if you have Red Levin and Azani on you. And now Tompac and Lily Lollipop still on mid. They can keep it neutral, but neutral is not enough. They need to win the team fight, and they also have the disadvantage of this being the close point of Meta Matter. So if somebody dies, they're going to be back fairly quickly.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, they're still only 100 points behind now. Oh, look, Tompac going down off node. He's going to be able to just perform back onto the point to try and get someone to res. Not sure he's going to be able to do that. Lily Lollipop is coming in for the res. Is he going to be able to get it? He is.
Well, there is a refuge, but the AoE seems to be enough. Not quite enough. Tompac back up. Jin Vahel helped a bit with the res there. So even the AoE didn't quite work. We now have him back on the scaffolding. A little bit of an engage on Azani.
Oh, he's got to be careful with Azani. Oh. Just a bit too... Got the res, though. Is actually, you know, really good. They're really good at just changing up the back, putting the pressure back onto the opposite team. As soon as someone goes down, they take someone out almost straight away. Shad's in downstate. He's not going to get res, get cleaved down by Azani and a mix of other players on that point at the moment. And 55 HP Monks, they're kind of feeding the point now. Tomcat's about to go down as well into downstate. That's happening. Jin is there as well, trying to apply some damage just as he goes into the downstate, but Sammy was able to finish that down there.
Yeah, now he just has to disengage and pray that he gets out of there alive. We have Misha with a portal going for the midpoint now. Getting the decap, nobody's on there. Yeah, decap is through, but it's not going to be fast enough because we have 3 people from MIM already going to the point. Instant burst coming from Azani, knockback, so cap not going any further. Jim Varel actually made it out alive, and the respawn of Shut now in a 1v1, a little bit off point just, with Red Levin.
I was just reading the chat actually, just for 2 seconds there, and someone just said no warriors woo, and I was like,
yeah.
Did we have a warrior in the last game?
No.
In the last match, we didn't. We have not seen one warrior yet. Wow. Okay.
No, so somebody actually wrote in chat that the Rangers are replacing the Warriors.
I'm not sure on the same
Not only
role.
the Rangers. It's kind of the conclusion to go to, because we didn't have Rangers before. We had Warriors before. Now we don't have Warriors, but we have Rangers.
I think the Rangers are going to replace well, maybe something like a Necro or a feat. Should we just say? This midpoint's actually looking pretty good now at the moment, just talking about that.
Yeah,
55 HP are losing all of their engagements at the moment, over on the mine, over on the mid, and Made in Meta are just taking them out faster. They've got more damage on the points, you know. Shad and Misha just cannot split.
Have
they
the
always
2
need
cap
to
for
be
just too long.
Yeah.
10 points away, it's gonna happen either way. They can't get the decap fast enough anymore. So Made in Meta is gonna pick up the first game of this best of 3. Still a possibility for 55 here to come back, but also 500 to 345. The team fights were just always on the side of Made in Meta, and 55 were running in like we saw Predator do earlier. Running into the point, trying to keep it neutral, but it's a little bit more difficult if it's not your own close point, as we've seen that with the mine. It's too long of a walk, too long.
So going into the second game, I mean, last week 55 did lose their first game actually on Legacy. They're not as strong as they were. Obviously, we do see the lineup changes, but they were a lot stronger on the second 2 maps last week in this new lineup. So people were seeing 55 HP monks, but we do have. I think we've got a different. We don't have a different lineup. We've just got an Ellie this time instead of, what did we have last week? Was it a warrior or? Oh, good lord.
Probably
we didn't have 2 Ellies in the...
No, not 2 Ellies.
Was it
engineer?
It was,
engineer.
Oh, it was engineer.
None.
That's right.
None,
yes,
none.
indeed.
Someone nuns on there.
Zanananan. That's
yeah, that's the correct way.
You said it properly.
No, I didn't. Properly.
Yeah. No.
Z-Man. Z-Man. Really?
Z-Man. Yes,
Z-Man. I thought Z-Man.
I said Z-Man at the start, but then I took that back and flipped it.
Z-Man actually sounds kind of cool.
Back. Z-Man. You will be called Z-Man. And now we will go over to Legacy of the Fofa. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, we can see 55 HP monks maybe splitting up the Ellies and just potentially, having some consistent fights coming up on the side nodes, maybe with Lily Lollipop coming in to support as well, with Misha and Shad potentially roaming to each side node, which is a possibility. Don't know if they'll do that completely, because normally we see 55 HP monks on this map. The old, like the first generation, second generation is on now, right now. But normally they go, they send 2 to mid, 1 normally retreats back to Waterfall if that's getting
The really
capped.
old school opener was just 2 to the far point, leave a portal there if it's not working. If you have only 1, then try and pain train on their ass and just burst them down. Otherwise, leave a portal, get out of there, join the mid fight and try and turn that around while the rest is maybe still busy on the Waterfall or something like that. But now with the new composition, it hasn't been the usual opener. We've seen a lot of actually completely defensive openers in the past. In the last cup, I think they were pretty defensive, not really going that much for the far point aggression. Now it changed a bit. Question is, again on this map, standard MIM opener, and is it going to work this time, or have they just thought, well, didn't work the first time, we're not going to do it again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Lemming just dodged that mower that came out, I mean, which is probably, I don't know, I think it was more of a lucky dodge rather than an actual knowledge dodge, but hey-ho, that's just the way it is sometimes.
But you can kind of go to the conclusion that if people are missing at any points on Fire, you're gonna get a mower against Meta. You play against Meta. If you don't immediately have at least 3 people on the outer points, you're gonna get a mower in your face, or at least some kind of stealth engage.
Mower face.
Mower face.
I'm gonna bring that phrase in. That's absolutely fine. So yeah, we can actually tell them to ready up, which I'm gonna do now.
Are they always waiting for that?
Yeah, they're nice and polite people. They're just waiting for us to tell them what's going on in the world. You know, as I do this hand movement.
Maybe we can use the time to once again, for maybe some of you who are rather new to the PvP, or we can't. I want to explain the map real quick.
Exactly the same time. We can explain it during the match. That's fine. If you want to know how Legacy of the Faux Fire works, if you're watching this on Twitch at the moment or in the VOD, then we will also describe how that works.
Maybe in the finals. But now we're going to head into the second game. It's 1-0 for Meta at the moment. 55 HP monks on the blue side, Meta on the red side. Let's see the splits.
Oh, they're doing it again. 100%.
Oh, really?
They've gone for it. Yep. Oh, yes. We got the. Is it going to happen? Lily Lollipop probably target. Dodged. No.
And there's the
Mower
mower.
came out of the dodge. He's going to get burst down. He's in the down
Down
state
he is,
already.
but they sent Izzy as well. Izzy now on Warrior.
No,
Switch from the Elementalist, by the way. Just to mention that, we haven't before, but 55 is quick enough to go back to the mid and actually defend that point, so we're not going to have an early cap. The people weren't as focused on their own close point as to get that. And nobody on the far point as well, so we have both. Whoa, I had some kind of weird bug there. We have both, although Quarry is going to get decapped in a couple of seconds. We have Shaku and Azani trying to catch Misha. Are they going to? Yes, they are going to do it in time, but the portal is still there. Portal back into mid. It's not going to be there to just have pressure on the point, maybe for a couple of seconds, but it's going to run out soon. Just basically a get out of jail free card in that. Almost equal points, just a slight difference of 5 points at the moment for Meta being quicker at the cap on their Quarry.
It was nice reactions from Meta there. Very fast going over towards the quarry. So with Misha moving out of that node was a big waste of time, unfortunately. It was a really good move. Oh, Azani going down on mid, actually. That range damage coming out from Misha, really nice. And now we're going to see a lot of cleave coming onto him. Down off node, not happy. Oh, that's unfortunate because it's a nice position, but in that position, it's not easy to
gone
res.
down on the waterfall. Only Tompac left against Tamir and Red Levin. That was kind of quick. Shut now coming in for assistance. Burst on Tamir. Tamir is going to be the first target. They're actually not trying to pick off Red Levin. Out of sight, out of mind apparently. Now Tamir trying to disengage and the damage is just on him. Chasing is always a really good option because if they're not facing you, they can't really attack you with that much.
It's good as well because Levin's going to actually have to stealth at some point in that fight if they're going to chase him, whereas Tamir can stay on the node and for a little bit longer, you know, he's not able to stealth and just can't come off, so he has to do
He's gone down, and now they might be able to force Tompac in downstate as well. Fast damage, Azani got a little bit of it. Izzy coming in to support Tamir. Also, the ingression on Waterfall is really happening at the moment. Still 2 Elementalist and Azani down on the side. Oh, the rest try. Is it going to come through? Yes, no, it isn't.
No!
Interrupt in the last second, and now the damage is going to come on Tamir. Will he be able to... Did he use the rest spirit yet?
Yes. He did, yeah. Didn't come off. We must have used it before. We got Azani up. Really unchallenged on that res. What happened there? No cleave or anything coming out. We've got... That was very surprising.
Apparently, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
And successfully. Absolutely fine. Good job. They have disengaged successfully, going into the midpoint, putting pressure on Misha, and he's gone down indeed. The SR is coming out. Not sure. Big knockback happens from Azani, I do believe. And we are probably going to see Misha go out in this fight. They've just switched it back over to the mid.
Did the best thing he could. Try to disengage from just a damage burst in stealth. Now going for the quarry to get the decap, but Shaku quick reactions is going to be fast enough.
Gonna get the decap.
Yeah, decap it through. We had the fiery greatsword drop to get there faster, just a bit of enhanced mobility. On the other side, however, Azani also trying to get the decap on Waterfall, but Tompac seems a little bit quicker on that one. But also decap coming through, so just mirror play.
Yeah, at the moment we see the Shadon versus Levin over the mid. Shad's actually just chosen to disengage, stealthing past infamous Shaku, as he came up with a great sword there, and surprisingly didn't see him as he went right past him and just got a bit of damage off there as well.
And he's
so
immediately going to be disengaged because he doesn't want any more of that. For anyone who's new, it is quicker to decap a point than it is to cap a point. So every time he decaps, he's buying a bit of time and maybe denying some points for the enemy team. Just to explain that real quick. Now midpoint, we have Tamir stomped. Currently a really good situation, 455. Can they react quick enough? On the side we have Azani a bit busy trying to get the decap and left a portal on Waterfall. Just the decap is not happening, so I'm gonna be there in a second again. Maybe could portal already. Is portaling already. Portal back, Tompack is not going to be quick enough, I think. No instant decap comes through, but it's not going to be the cap. Away he goes again. Portal back to mid, and now they need to defend it because only Sammy, Tami coming in from the side again. Azani having, no, Red 11 having some problems on the side. Izzy went down. They actually picked him completely off point. Completely off point. They're doing the damage. Now again, stomping. Who needs it?
Azani's down as well there as well, just like both to next switch. Red 11's just cleaving down.
Double res.
Refuge, nice job there.
Two people now resing, and of course the engage now out of stealth, bringing Azani down again. We have Shaku. Three people now on mid. Misha and Azani.
Oh, that's done.
Stomp. Rally. No, he didn't rally. He didn't attack Azani.
That was awesome from IC. That was so good. Last second hammer adrenaline skill stun came out. It was so good.
Oh, this time really Shaku is fast enough. We again had some tendencies to maybe get the decap on the quarry again. Just after finishing off Red 11. Sammy having some trouble. Izzy coming in also to maybe help Shut a bit, who's going down now. Res. Yeah, the rest is coming through, but no stomp yet. Tami has the potential to get the rest off, but the knockbacks are happening. No stability there. Shaku going for the rest, but Tami still just damaging. Maybe keeping Misha down. Misha rally from the stomp on Sammy there. You can't only try and answer a down state with more damage on the enemy team. Sometimes you just have to stomp.
Sometimes you really do, and then at the moment they're feeling that. And Misha's down in the downs. God, the res! Jesus, Licey can't get him. I'm just watching it. I can't even talk about it because I just want someone to go for the down, for God's sake.
Oh, we had a decap again and almost a cap from Shut actually, but Shaku quick enough to do something against that. But the instant burst on him, doing some pressure, applying some pressure on Shaku. Still alive, of course. Never underestimate the heal. Also 18 stacks of miles, so it is gonna hurt if he gets caught. But now, Basilisk Venom. Couple of damage, there we go, downstate he goes, and that's going to be an outer point cap in a couple of seconds. Red 11 also down, always double downstate with the squishies here in this big team fight. Stomp first for the side of MIM. Red 11 now back up on his feet, but not for long. The damage immediately coming. You of course don't rally with a full health pool.
Indeed, and 55 HP Monk solid now on the side notes. Actually, Azani is going to try and go for that waterfall side cap. I'm not sure he's going to get there. If Tompack can get there, the cripple comes out. Is he going to get on node? Oh, just about, as Azani just nips off as well, which meant he wasn't going to get the cap there. He's had to actually pull back with that portal, and he's going to go back to mid. We are going to see Misha kind of guarding against Red 11 over on the waterfall at the moment.
Actually, Shut just gone down. Now, of course, we have the rest drive from Misha. Is there going to be any damage on Misha? No, almost nothing.
Reversed it. Red 11 went down, though.
Turn it around.
Nice flip again. 55 HP Monks have been doing this. Actually, both teams have been doing it very well. Applying the pressure back to the team, especially when they're going for those downs and then taking advantage of people trying to cleave down.
Have a rest spirit. No, standard rest. Going old school on that one. Now, Shut. Oh, there comes the burst damage from a spots away a bit. Tompack and Izzy both there to res him. Get back up. If two people rest instantly, it's gonna be a pretty sure thing. Now, Azani, I saw that earlier. He really just goes aggressive and actually puts down the time warp before he goes down.
That was Misha's. Yeah, it was Misha's. And are they going to use it successfully? Yes, they are. Zani goes down, and now we're going to see the pressure hitting really onto Sammy. are they going to be able to take him out and take advantage of this? Because they have actually lost the quarry node, although getting that 2-cap for so long did give them a 100-point benefit in this game at the moment. And to be honest, a closer Fofire, we've seen Fofires get a bit closer now. Until about 7 minutes of this game, this really, really was a close match.
So down on res is coming in, knockback didn't apply, interrupt came in for the res, and therefore we have the stomp on Semi, but still people are here. We have Tame here, we have Azani here. Of course a bit squishy on the side of Azani, but manages to get us out just to the nature of Blood Frenzy. Sometimes if he has low health pool, it's really good to just engage. So he's gonna answer pressure on him with pressure on somebody else. And
exactly.
Becomes invulnerable for a second.
Then that's what we've been talking about. That's that's been really good at different times. That's actually been happening. They're just flipping the damage back onto. And it's important to keep the pressure back onto the other team. You don't want to just get 3 downs. You know, just keep the momentum. You need to shake them up a little bit. Switch onto someone else so they've got someone else to worry about. So they can't focus on just going for the down.
Nice stun combo caught in one, and Shaku goes down on the 1v1 on Quarry. Ize versus Shaku. Nothing gonna happen there. We are now above the 350 point mark, which means 55 could end this with the 150 points they will get from a Lord kill. Zani porting out, but into the hands of Ize there. Misha directly after him and now died in a really uncomfortable spot. Just completely off point. No, the shatters come back and we have people still. Has Sammy actually given up? No.
It's so, like, this is a completely different game almost just from bringing in the warrior, and I think changing to that is just really changed it up. Obviously, I do think 55 HP monks nowadays, well, with this team, they seem to be a lot stronger on Fofire and Battle of Kylo than they are on Forest. And, you know, they're showing it at the moment, 220 points ahead.
That's just maybe a little bit due to the map overview. You have an easier time just catching decaps and stuff like that, and the map movement on those two maps. Niflhel on the other side, it's a bit trickier. You really have to just constantly tell the rest of your team how many people are at which point to keep track of where everyone is.
It's just to let someone know that IC is indeed running Soldier's Amulet. Sorry, I just went away from the conversation there. It's just as I saw that in chat. So yeah, he's running more of a bunker build. So I don't know if the too early with the Guardian was really working that well for them, to be honest. I do think it would have been better to roll with the Warrior just for that class diversity, especially when you got so much condition removal and whatnot with all 3 classes. That's all well and good, but if you're not killing people and you're not putting like on-point pressure that IC can kind of... Although saying that, that's exactly the same with Ellie. Ellie can do the same thing, but there's a lot more stun coming out from the Warrior and IC, and I think, you know, he's done some really nice plays in this game, especially.
Just we had made a matter really on the reses. They were spot on in the exact second that somebody went down. At least 2 people were ready to get the res. Problem is, though, that some of them are very squishy, meaning Red Levin and Zani. So then we have the problem of if a warrior is on there, he just can put some CC in there and also just turn it around on them and put some pressure on them again. Something fun again?
I just...
Okay. Misha apparently took Time Warp by accident.
Targeted someone, put Time Warp down, and thought it was Moa. I did wonder about that Time Warp at the start. It did seem to come out of left field there. Oh, that's funny. That's good. Oh dear. Sorry, that's quite enjoyable actually. Do you want to quickly explain this map because we're getting into it a bit more?
Okay. So, before us we see Battle of Kylo. Meaning, we have, as always, 3 main objectives, which are the capture points. We have a mansion, which is a close point of the blue team, a clock tower, which is the, well, somewhat more contested point, and then the windmill, which is the close point of the red team. Now, something to look out for here is First, the side objective, the trebuchets, doing some nice damage, doing some nice knock-ups, but can be easily dodged.
Some knock-ups?
Knockbacks, not knock-ups.
No one's getting pregnant on this map, Nick. Sorry, I had to say that one.
You brought me out of it there.
Just ruined.
Okay. Some
ruined
knockbacks, you can
your
interrupt reses, you can interrupt stomps with that, you can interrupt everything with that, and squishy people are going to be hit by that quite hard. Can be dodged, of course, and especially this level of these teams, they know how to dodge trebuchet for the most part if they're aware of it. The problem is then they waste the energy of dodging the trebuchet for possibly dodging other important stuff, which leaves them a bit more open. So trebuchet, even if it's dodged quite a lot, still a strong weapon to use. Other thing to look out for is, especially with what we have on both sides, the Thief and Mesmer combination, they are fairly mobile and also really just Lily Lollipop on the side of 55 HP monks who can't port directly up to the clock tower, because the clock tower is a bit further up.
Did you say icy as well there? Sorry.
No, just Lily Lollipop can't port.
Well,
Warrior. Sorry, I still was in the mindset.
I did miss that one in the patch, but
okay, nope, they can't port. Awesome. They can't port. Okay, so a couple of classes like Mesmer, like Ellie, like Thief can port towards the clock tower immediately, and also can port up this little higher area. If you get knocked on the side, which is why we always like to see the shield on the Guardians, just the knockback knocks them off the side, and they have to walk all the way around it, which makes knockbacks that much more important to get a decap in the midpoint. Also means that the mobility for classes like the Guardian, like the Warrior, and like the Ranger, it's not going to be as quick for them to get to the midpoint, which means if somebody has the midpoint, most likely we're going to have somebody who just stays there. Because if he leaves and goes to another point, it's getting tricky with really defending it. Or being there quick enough if a team fight breaks out. So, are they still waiting for the go?
I forgot to actually tell them. Yeah, okay. We're actually... this is a second that we get into Kylo a lot more. We're seeing a lot more 2-1s in these ESLs now. No, it's really good.
Isay is not Carsipe, as I see that in the chat.
No.
Isay is Isay. Isay kind of, well, was somewhat the manager of 55 for a while, or their trainer.
Yeah, he had I think he had some
issues with his
issue with his wrist, yeah. You know, from playing and stuff and well, just probably real life, you know. It's just sometimes the way it goes, which is good. Do not game too much because your health will.
But watch gaming exactly now, because we're going into the third match, the third and deciding one in this semifinal. Metamed on the red side, 55 on the blue.
Mesmer's both going. Oh no, Misha just deciding actually not to go for the trebuchet there from the blue team, and we're going to see Azani on the treb on the red team applying that pressure, like you mentioned before. We are going to see Tompak going to apply the pressure onto the treb to try and take that out. Oh yeah, nice job. Not too much HP loss. We can see Red Levin is going to start ranging just on the node. Doesn't want to be involved too much in any cleave that comes down onto that point, especially being aware of Misha as well, just on that node, who will be able to supply a lot of damage if he gets on it.
Accidentally hard-seeked himself from the ledge on the side of the clock tower, so he has to walk in again.
He's got to be very careful now. Sammy's okay actually at the moment. There's so much pressure. Time is coming in as well.
On his way down there, back up, he caught shot on an awkward moment, manages to just damage him down. With the Thief, I can actually understand. That was pre-patch as well, and pre-bug. The Thief ports, that gets annoying. Just kill him with damage. That goes a lot quicker sometimes. If you don't
did that, Red Levin.
What?
Red Levin was awesome. It just round the side of the thatched house, and just as Tompak was coming around, he quickly stealthed and just got past him using the short bow to just advance quickly and get that decap. Tompak didn't see him getting
apparently
past
the
him.
trebuchet pressure paid off, because the midpoint is in the hands of Maidemeder, and we have both outer points decapped due to kind of the similar behavior. Tompak now regaining the cap for his team, so the lead is only about about 20 points there. Not too much to worry about, but especially on this map, just because we don't have any side objectives that reward points, you do have to keep an eye on a small lead, because you can't just get 25 points from a Swanee or 150 from a lot kill.
Exactly, and so every point is they've just got to be careful.
More
Now
comes out,
Tomcat's
Lily
really
Lollipop
bad.
caught. Down he goes with the damage of Red 11 and also Azani. Can't really get rest there. Issei just has to stay on point and, well, try to survive and keep it neutral at the moment. But also a neutral is coming in the mid. Tompack against Infamous Shark, who manages to get the decap. So now they turned it around. Same situation as we had before. Now only 1 point ticking, but that can make that small lead from Meta Meta go away.
And Tompack's going to bring out that pet now, so you can actually see that ability coming up. So the Crashing Waves command your Ice Elemental to knock back its targets. So that is actually very good. And then he releases a Wave of Water that heals. So he's doing a knockback and healing, but Tomcat's really in trouble now, escaping by the skin of his teeth there on about 1k or so.
Brilliant flash there.
Good job from him
And
getting
now they're
back
turning
out.
it around. Misha on the trebuchet, engaging on mid. They want that point. They have it neutral. They need to find the DCing.
Oh no, Tomcat had a bit of a lag issue, was running into the wall there, unfortunately, and not much he could do. 10-second freeze or so.
Freeze.
Yeah, that was just some of the lag, which is we've kind of been having a bit of an issue with the last few days. Not, you know, but it's happening to everyone, and he just got unlucky there. Really unlucky.
Well, that of course now
It's the way the cookie
resulted in
crumbles.
the decap. The decap from the mansion. The mid is now back in the hands of MIM. Lily Lollipop just left there to bleed out, and also have a couple of fewer people on the map. It looks like, where are they going to engage? Are they stealth? Or are they going to stealth? Or have they just stopped playing due to the freeze?
They're walking around.
Randomly?
Okay.
Oh no, they're stealthing up
They're
and
stealthing.
just waiting
It was
for
a
the
bit of an
respawn.
odd move.
Yeah. I thought they might have resigned, but no, they're just waiting for the right moment, and now Infamous Shaku is supposed to be the target. Issei engages first, but we don't really see 5-man engage or 4-man engage. Everyone is just walking off. We have Azani on the trebuchet and not really anyone. Infamous Shaku now in there. Needs to retreat. Lily Lollipop is on point. Issei is on point. Now Misha joining the party. On the side, Red 11, they want to catch him. But he just turns it around on Issei and gives him some damage in the face. Half HP down. Damage is not really coming. Red 11 needs to disengage here, otherwise he's gonna be down quite quickly. Yes?
I just saw everyone walking into a wall, so I was like, what's going on? Oh, it's interesting. But anyway, yeah, I think that regroup that happened was, you know, a little bit lengthy. It's given them almost a 100-point lead, and now Shad's just gone down over on the trap as well.
Sometimes you need to do it. Sometimes you just have to wait for the people respawn. Sometimes you just need to kind of show that you have the balls to just let them have the cap for a small second. But now Red 11 getting the decap on the mansion. Tompack actually caught in the venom, couldn't walk, but it's not going to be a cap. Red 11 disengaging, doesn't want to go into that 1v1. Decap happened on mid, so we have...
But also over the mansion as well. Red 11 did get that decap. Tomcat is recapping at the moment, but Windmill's still getting that advantage. Now they're at 130 points more than 55 HP monks, and that's a lot tougher. Like you said before, there's nothing that can bring back those points very quickly unless they can get 2 cap in very soon, which might happen at mid. Not too sure. Lily Lollipop is back on node as well now. Misha is able to come in as well. Not sure if anyone else is here to support them. They are 2 versus 3 currently on this point, so needs to be careful. Misha is under pressure here as well. Is anyone... Not sure where we 55 HP monks are going at the moment. Shad's really focused on getting this trap down. He's able to go back to mid as well, and Misha potentially was thinking about going over to Windmill.
Almost caught there by Red 11, but nicely out jumped. Manages to get onto the roof of this little house here. And Red 11 didn't. But now just a little bit of short bow attacks. Doesn't quite do it now. Going into the midpoint again to get some damage on Shaku. Nice knockback there, but not able to get the decap. We have the port from a famous Shaku back onto the point. And they are not almost very, very shortly having a cap in mid there. If they get one more knockback, that's going to be it.
Yeah, the points are really coming in though for Made in Meta at the moment, almost doubling their score now as well, just under. Red 11 is going down. Maybe they can use this as a bit of momentum to currently get it back into this. Shad is going to have to just cleave him down just to make sure he doesn't get rezzed or anything like that from Azani, who's coming in, and he did get the res. What happened there? Not sure how Red 11 got up there, actually, to be honest. Maybe it must have been the res spirit, actually. Yes,
Are we going to have just some poison on him to make it difficult to res? But 55 really has something else in mind. No, Izek coming to the rescue, applying the res, and it comes through now.
The trap's back up, Nick. The trip's back up. Azadi had put down the portal, I believe, went and got the actual kit back up for the trip. Just switched out of the fight with Tamir to maybe just say, you know, Shad, you're not able to take out Tamir that well solo with all these spirits. She's going to take you half an hour. And by doing that, they're taking out a lot of their DPS.
Is he looking for the engage on Tamir, or is he looking for just trying to survive long enough to kill the trap? No damage on the trap, but he can disengage pretty much whenever he wants to. Tamir not really motivated to run after him, because he just wants to get some damage down in mid, or wanted to get some damage down in mid at the moment. Also portal left there, so they can really commit to the outer point, commit to the windmill, to not getting a decap on there, because we have a downside. And famous Shaku almost knocked out of the refuge, but not quite, still in stealth, but we don't have anyone who can rest. Sammy under too much pressure to apply the res. Red 11 from the side, maybe trying to get in now, but it's a bit too late there. Now he's starting to rest, now he's out of the stealth, but no, that's not going to happen. Little bit of damage, now the decap comes, Sammy almost down. Last second. Oh, maybe the rally, no, there he goes, down he goes. Last second, Vapor Form there to keep himself alive, while Misha was a down state, but didn't manage to get the stomp off before the last tick of health brought him to the death.
55 need to split their forces really at the moment. They are doing that now, which is really what's helping them, and they should have done this a lot earlier. Now the only way that they can come back into this game is if they can get that decap over in the mid and potentially get the 2 cap point worth of points for about a minute or so to try and come back into this. They only are 150 points behind. Can they get an epic comeback? Not really, because look at Red 11
Did you really just say only
decap.
150 points behind?
Yeah. 150 points is doable.
Well,
if they get the 2 cap, but with a 1 cap contested, you can do it.
Yeah, but
it's doable. If anyone can do it,
look like
HP
okay,
but not against Made in Meta, maybe.
But now Made in Meta is currently working with the trebuchet again, so they're really coming in a lot here to defend the midpoint. We still have the decap on the mansion, but they're going to get it back soon. Red 11 went down quite off point, just being damaged there. A couple of the illusions went in there. Wait, is he going to get finished? Or just left there? No, Red 11 tries to annoy Misha a bit more to just get stomped there. And that's not happening. Tami on the windmill, however. Their own close point, getting that back. So we have a 2-point cap again for Made in Meta, and that's not helping. That's not helping 55.
They're definitely out of this game now. We're keeping that other side cap was, pretty important, but they they had to go back and defend Mansion, which means they had to slowly pull out the windmill. And it's just kind of obvious someone's going to go there on the respawn or from the trap or whatever. And now they've just had look how long Made in Meta have been on this trap for. Nearly the entire game, using one of the main mechanics so effectively.
Yeah, they're going back and forth with the trap. We've seen Azani in, what was it? Don't Be a Maybe, right? In a Tournament of Legends game, completely relying on the against ASDF, completely relying on the trebuchet. So apparently Azani really likes it.
Maybe he's a World v World player. Maybe, but it's won them the game. No one's applying any pressure to the point where, like you said, people are dodging. They're using their dodges to dodge that, so they can't dodge any extra damage. Lily Lollipop has to dodge to heal sometimes, even if they're at full HP.